What is going on, everybody? It's Cloud here. Welcome back to the channel. We are going to be taking a look at a custom Peterbilt 389. It does use the SCS stock truck that was obviously in the game. So there's a few different options with it. I'm using a dump truck option. Unfortunately, there's like no pup trailer to really attach to the back of it, and you can't really do any like cargo runs that I know of, but I don't have any pup trailers to really see if you're even able to do that or not. But for those that do have other dump trucks that have pup trailers, this should work, but I'm not too sure. But I mean, I took a look at the mod. It's pretty decent for what it is. It's pretty basic with minor things added to it. Obviously, the dump chassis that you are seeing here. There's also like a longer extended chassis that you could also choose from. If you notice, like the steps on the side here, those are actually side lights on the steps that you can't even take off or even remove. The chrome has been kind of blacked out a little bit, so there's that. I mean, overall, I think it's pretty decent. It's just fun to like drive around instead of just using the same old truck and trailer combo that it's accustomed to. It's just nice to kind of get into something like this and just drive around just freely and just have fun or whatever. What's really cool, and I'll get into this later, is the mud flap in the back here. Whatever they did to like that they did to it, the person that did it did a really good job with it. It actually is really cool. It's probably my favorite feature for the dump truck chassis itself. You got the spare tire in the back there. I just kind of wish that it was a tri-axle instead of just a two-axle with a mid-lift here, and I'll raise that up because even with the big fat heavy-duty tires, it does, as you can see, clip through the chassis there a bit because it is lowered. Um, but normally I would just leave it down anyway. Like I said, if I did have a tri-axle, had the extra axle on it, it'd make a little bit more practical sense. But uh, there's nothing you could really do about that. The author of this that did the customization is Car Truck. I will leave a link down in the description where you can go and download this and have fun with it and do whatever. But we're going to go over into the mod shop here. So you just go to the truck dealers up here, go down to the access to mod dealer, over to Peterbilt, and then you'll see if it'll load, it'll be right here. So you go to customize. Like I said, everything is kind of like the chrome is just it's blacked out. Like even the lights up top, they're blacked out. I tried my best to even try to take out different mods and all that. It wasn't going away. So that's like the personal customization to it that was added to the base 389. So if we go over here, you still have your standard day cab, then you have your low roof sleeper, and then you have your ultra cab sleeper there. So we're just going to go with the low roof now. I'm going to show the different options uh, that all come with the truck, not just the dump truck itself, but the main feature is the dump truck. So go over the chassis, and you got your normal 6x2s, which will put it back to the day cab. This one here, the 6x2 mid-lift 150 gallon, that will actually give you the dump truck chassis there. And it does have its own custom exhaust on there that you cannot change out. If you do, it'll change the whole chassis. So that is a one and go with that. And then you just have your your standard everything else. So there's a 200 gallon one. I didn't even notice that. So it does have like the 200 gallon tank instead of the 150. So there's also that in case you just want to go for a long drive or whatever. Keep going down, and then it'll change it to this. Got the mid lift, 220 gallon 6x4, the long, another one, mid lift. So a couple of these are like kind of like the same almost. And then the custom 6x4, 150 gallon. So that gives you the really extended chassis with the custom fender for the back there. And that is it with that. So over to engines, it's just normal, standard engine. I believe the Packard doesn't work, but I'm not sure. I don't use Packard. I use the Caterpillar. So I'm just going to run with that. If you do have issues with it, there's nothing I could really do about that. That's on the author. Whenever you go and download this, it'll say underneath the description of, or the photo of the truck and all that, it'll say that there was like an issue with the PACCAR engine, I believe. Over to transmissions, just, you know, standard transmissions as we always have had. Interior, now this is where it gets a little different because they did do custom interior. So the Ultra Ride is like a darkest blue with like blue accent with the stitching over here. And then as you can see, like the chrome is blue. The dash panel is blue. And then if you go over to the premium, it turns into a maroonish, you know, red. It still has the blue accent stitching, which is really cool. Wish it was just like normal wood grain. You got like the wood grain over here, and it kind of looks like it on the dash a little bit, but I can't really tell. But yeah, those are the only two options you have for the interior. Paint is still the same. Nothing has changed there. Still have your stock, you know, SCS skins that came with it. If you have your own personal ones or whatever, then obviously they should work. But I don't do any of that, so I don't know. But we're just going to do just a normal custom color here. We'll just paint this. That just to kind of show it a little bit, I guess. I don't know. And then over to the accessories. It's still pretty standard. Back here you got, you know, different mud guards, which will change the fenders. Like so, so you got your chrome options, and then you obviously have your painted options. And the lights down there do work. Well, they're not showing up right now, but they did work before. At least they should. But I don't know. I didn't really test this one out. They do work back here, so this is custom back here. As you can see, so it doesn't change the actual back panel there, it just changes the fenders. But it is really cool to have the custom lights on the back there. I can't change the airlines from what I could tell, which is kind of a bummer, but you know, it is what it is. Still have your same, you know, standard side skirts and everything with the stock SCS. And over here now, when they have the lights on, this will not do this. If you have all your, you know, your side lights and your headlights on, it won't have the beacons on the front. You have to obviously hit the beacon button and then they'll come on. I think this is more for the dump truck, but I'm not too sure. And then you have it with this one too. And even with the bumper modern flares like that, it still has the beacons on there. I mean, it's a nice added touch, don't get me wrong. It is, but it's just, I'm not really sure what the whole deal was with that. You could have just added beacons somewhere else. And then up here, we just have the two, you know, metal deflectors. There, the ornament, I'll actually get rid of that. So the ornament, you got like the swan chrome, got the black swan, just the Peterbilt, the duck, flying goddess, the eagle, and then another one which I think is blacked out, but I'm not too sure. Grill options, you just have the same stock SCS ones. Now, I will say I did not add the SCS parts add-on that is on Steam for the stock SCS that has all the different options. So I did not install that to even look at that, but after this video I will go in and do that, and if it does work, I will leave that also in the description just to say that they do work together as they should, because this is still using the base SCS stock truck. Very much, or very little I should say, has really changed with this mod, but it's just nice to have like an extended chassis, or like I said before, the dump truck add-on chassis to just kind of drive around a bit. Door handles, nothing has changed there. The air filters, nothing has changed there. Same with the visors, nothing has changed. It's still all stock. And then you got the cabin lights, which, like I said, these are blacked out. The chrome is blacked out. And like the lights themselves are like really dark and kind of really hard to see. So you could either just take them off. I do have Vipers 389 also in here, so I could just use the bullet light from that, which gives you the normal bullet light. That's what I was using. Or if you want to add the strobe lights in up here, there is the cabin strobe lights add-on that is also on Steam that you guys could just search up. And then over to those antennas you could put on here. They're kind of a little weird placement. Not really kind of my style. There's one over here too you could also add. Not really my kind of style, so I don't really care for those. Mirrors are still the same. They haven't changed. We'll actually get rid of these cabin lights. Horns are still the same. Nothing's changed there. You got the double radiant beacon you could put back there, which are just kind of plain and boring in my opinion. And then exhaust, you only got the 3. So you got the plain, you got the standard, and then you got the exclusive. Now, like I said before, the SCS add-on parts pack that is on Steam should be compatible with this. If it's not, I would be very surprised. But it should be compatible with this, and this way you could do a little bit more customization to like the long chassis here. Not so as the chassis itself, but just other accessories around the truck to kind of spice up the plainness that this kind of offers. As you can see, the side lights on the steps aren't really, they're not lit for some reason. Like when you're in the shop, it's weird, but in game they are lit. I think that's really it for this. And then we'll go over to the dump truck here. Which one was it? Is it this one? Yeah, we'll go over that. So there's the dump truck. There's not really much to do on this either. Let's see if we can get to the exhaust here. So the exhaust has the exclusive exhaust. If you try to switch it, it's going to change the chassis itself, no matter which one you choose. So, like I said, it is just what it is. They're really nicely done. Kind of fits the truck really nicely there. So you can't really change it. The top here, I like how it has the light bar on top of the dump itself, which is really cool. You got the lights on the side. Down here, even on the back, it's customized. I got beacons on the back there too. And then, if we could actually get back out of here, this is a mud flap for the back, and it does look weird like this. I was thinking like, wow, this is kind of, kind of crappy that it's just kind of floating in the air, but in game it actually is pretty cool, and I'll show that to you here in a moment. But really, other than that, there's really nothing else much to this mod, which, kind of sucks a little bit. I kind of wish there was a little bit more, customization, but I understand with everything and all that, time-wise, to really put all these different add-ons in there. So like I said, I would assume, and I'm sorry for saying it again, but I would assume that the add-on pack on Steam for the stock SCS truck should be compatible with this, and along with, if you have any pup trailers to haul behind this, they should work. But I'm not even seeing any airline hookups, or even like a hitch hookup for pup, so I'm not too sure. I don't have any to even test that out, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Over to the accessories on the inside, there's literally nothing that has changed in here. I mean, you still have your steering wheel pack and everything, but really, other than that, that's pretty much it. The main feature of this is just the dump truck, to really just, like I said, to just drive it around and just have fun with it, and just, instead of doing like you could drive across multiple states, just driving a dump truck, just to kind of change things up a bit, instead of just driving the normal combo, truck and trailer, truck and multiple trailers, whatever the case may be, or whatever your style is. Some people love the dump trucks. They really go like in depth with it and all that. If that's your style, this should fit in with that. I mean, if not, it's still fun to just cruise around with it. So we'll get out of here, and we'll go back here. Get out of everything. Go back in the drive here, and as you can see back here, the mud flap, like I said, it's only whenever, even in the menu, You can kind of see it there. It's not even down in the menu. So I don't know. It's just kind of like a little bug, I guess. But in game, it's actually pretty cool. So I'll start up the truck here and I will drive and kind of show that a little bit, and then we'll wrap the video, give you my final thoughts on it. Alrighty, so as you saw with the mud flap there, it kind of does hang a little low. Kind of does clip through the ground a little bit, but I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. But I thought it was really cool, the animation on it. I've seen other mud flap animations that just kind of swing back and forth, kind of not freely. They're kind of, I can't really even think of the word, but they kind of are kind of just like a stiff board. They kind of just swing back and forth. And it just kind of looks tacky. It doesn't look really realistic. The mud flap on this is a little bit more realistic. It actually waves, whenever you drive. Just kind of how like the flags that you would put on for an oversized load on the truck, how they just freely flap in the wind. This doesn't really flap in the wind, but as you drive, speed up and slow down, it has the ripple effect to it, which I think is really cool. Hopefully a lot of people will maybe see this and maybe get inspiration from it and start implementing it into some of their mods that they've created. It's just a nice added touch. It's literally the small details that really make or break something. It's not for say the big details. For instance, the dump truck on this chassis. Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. But I think the mud flat kind of takes over the whole dump truck chassis thing. It's just a nice added touch to the truck instead of just having either a mud flat stationary and not move, or have it kind of be tacky and just kind of swing back and forth, kind of like a pendulum almost. This is a little bit more freely. It's just, like I said, it's just overall a nice added touch. But overall, with this entire truck, it is nice. Obviously drives just like the stock SCS truck does, and if you do have the pup trailers to add on the back of this, more power to you. I don't have any of them installed or have any in general, so I can't really test that out. But for those that do, you know, just if you do have it, just kind of let me know, I guess, if it works or not. It should, but I'm not too sure. But I hope you all did enjoy the video. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like. Leaving a like does help the channel grow. It gets my videos out there more. Would be highly appreciated. Just dropping a like. If you did enjoy the content and you do want to see more, please consider subscribing. I try to post maybe twice a week. I've kind of been delayed a little bit. I've been dealing with a few personal things, so I kind of didn't post any videos for a couple weeks, but I'm going to try to get back into that. So I do apologize for not posting as much as I have been. But I'm going to try to get more back into it. It's just personal things going on. So, but yeah, once again, I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, like I said, please leave a like, consider subscribing, and yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care.